Greetings, YouTube users. This is 000XYZ. I'm back from hiatus, which has been like several months now, to do a toy review because it's become utmost important to do one. And I'll probably go back into hiatus for about another month after this, so let's get started. Okay, my toy review is going to be Power Ranger Samurai Mega Blue Ranger. Yeah, it looks stupid. In Japanese, it's Samurai Sentai Shinkenger Blue, Shinken Blue. He has the water kanji on his face, although some people misconceive it to be a pot leaf. So here's the guy. And Sorachinoki's very top heavy, but mostly because of his leg joint. I'll talk about it later. Also, in the future, I'm going to do a toy review of capsule toy Shinkano when I actually get Samurai Megazord. Well, I'll explain later. And I brought Masked Rider Wing Knight just for fun and to show that they're about the exact same size. Two really cool blue guys. Originally, I was going to get the Green Ranger, but for some reason I chose the Blue Ranger. I guess I'm really devoted to Ryunosuke from Shinkenger. Anyway, so Saban America finally brought back Power Rangers from the dreaded Disney. No offense to SPD or RPM, the two really good seasons. Anyway, so they're bringing Shinkenger, and they brought Mega Ranger, which apparently wear these bulky body armors. They're not in the original Japanese show, so yeah, that's weird. Okay, I only have just Shinken Blue, called Mega Ranger, Water Element. And on the back you can see there's the five Rangers plus Mooger. Why do they call it Mooger? Why can't they call it Geroshu? I mean, they called them Rinchi in Jungle Furies, or at least call it something really cool like Piranoids or something. Anyways, so each figure comes with a sword. It's not the original sword though, and their individual weapon. It being, for example, a water arrow. Comes with the disc thing but doesn't spin. Anyways, okay, so posability wise, you could spin his head all the way around. It goes up and down slightly, but you can't really see it. As stated by a lot of YouTube users who already have the toys, it's really hard to bring the arm up because of this, but it does have an ellipse hinge combo like most Power Ranger toys, so you could spin their arms all the way around, with the exception of all the way up because of that. You have a hinge joint for elbow, and of course an ellipse joint for the wrist. No waist movement whatsoever, which sucks, because you know they could have done that because of this chest plating, if you could see the combo very well. Let's see now, very little back movement, but a decent amount of forward movement, and of course sideways movement, and of course you can move it all the way up, of course. By the way, this white joint is really loose, and thus making the figure really top heavy. If you don't believe me, you could go to Balt Matrix's review of the toys, and he'll say that as well. He's got decent knee joints, and of course his legs can spin around. So, other than the fact that he's top heavy, he's very poseable. But unfortunately, you can't really make that pose that he does in the Japanese show, where he does that kabuki pose, unless you do some sort of illusion thing like I'm doing right now. Anyways, but it's amazing how much detail they put into the toy itself. I mean, as I'm scratching his shoulder, you could hear, well, if you ignore the theme song, you could hear the detail scratching against my nails, and I mean, just look how amazingly detailed this is. You know, in the promo for the show, the mega armor suits look kind of stupid if you ask me, because they look extremely bulky. But yeah, this is really gonna be in the show. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, this is pretty detailed as well. I mean, it's monochromatic, but it's pretty detailed. You can't see it from this camera angle. And lastly, the sword. It's not the original sword that they're supposed to have. You know, with where they insert the disc and it spins around. No, it's this weird sword that they introduced in the American version. I actually saw the toy for it, and apparently, this part of the blade folds inward, and also this part folds in. So weird. And the original sword the toy for the original sword looks really stupid as well, because it's really small. It barely qualifies as a dagger. I mean, it's like, at least make like a soft foam thing like they did for SPD. Anyways, he can hold both weapons, but only with one hand. So yeah, he's got the sword. He can. Oh, by the way, these two things on his waist are removable. Don't know why. Don't care why. I mean, I suppose if you're gonna bend them sideways, they're bound to fall out anyways. But this golden one right here has a little peg on the side, so you could store his sword. So yeah, now he looks like a genuine badass samurai. As for this, it looks really stupid, because you can only use the back part where you use one hand to hold it. Because here you could hold it like from the top section of the lower half, but it's really loose. And if you hold it like this, it's loose completely. And you can't really use both hands to hold it, because they just don't bend that way. Honestly, it's pretty cool. They could have done a better job with this. They could have done a better job. I mean, other than the top weight, they did a better job than Wing Knight. No offense, Wing Knight. I love you very much. Because Wing Knight's elbows aren't posable at all, but at least Wing Knight isn't top heavy. I don't know. I suppose you should get them, if you're a collector, but you can't really do too much fun stuff with them, because they're really top heavy, and that's just the guys. I mean, I don't know about the girls though, because knowing the girls, their bodies are much tinier and stuff. And I don't know if you can see the picture well enough, but their feet are very disproportionately large. And, well, that's pretty much it, I suppose. I'll give this 4.5 out of 5, I guess. I mean, they could do better. They can do better. But I suppose this is as good as it's going to get for now. Yeah. One thing I'm still really pissed off about is the Green Ranger, that he's called the Forest Ranger. It doesn't say back here, but if you look at the label, it says the Forest Ranger. Because, okay, kids, listen to me and listen to me carefully. Their faces are Japanese words. Japanese word on his face is water. The green guy, the picture on his face, does not say forest. It says wood. Forest looks somewhat differently. It looks like 3 woods put together. But anyways, point is, it's wood, not forest. Yeah, I suppose I said everything I could say about about this figure. So this is 000XYZ, and have a nice day.